as you interlock the two.
Now stretch them right as...
Soccer and the...
Quiet, please. In exactly 15 seconds, we'll be on the air.
I felt like a reptile. I felt like a reptile.
Yeah, it's a good look. Bit Rob Zombie, actually.
Yeah, I see. I have got one of these in like black felt, just normal. I don't know where it is. I got this from New York, and I brought it back to England on the plane on my knee with a SpongeBob SquarePants American football inside it.
Love it.
Yeah.
It's always boring though, isn't it, when you've got a hat and you've got a ticket on a plane. Like I bought a nice wide brim hat in California last time I was there. You can't pack it into anything. It's got to sit on your knee. I tell you what, in fact, when I was traveling back from China, are we recording?
Are we?
I think we're recording.
Yeah.
The light green.
So when I was traveling back from China, when I was out there training with the monks, what was that, 2000-ish? Yeah. So as I was traveling back, I bought a whole bunch of shit. I bought a load of CDs and DVDs because they were all super cheap. But I'd also bought a load of weapons. Loads of swords, loads of like... Basically, I went through the arsenal that you'd seen on Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. I bought one of everything. Yeah. And I was trying to transport these things back. And on the website of the airline I was using, it said that you could transport sports equipment for free. And I'm thinking, if they're traveling back and forward to China and Wushu's considered a sport, I'm going to be able to get away with convincing them that I can take these on board like as if they were skis or golf clubs or whatever.
Of course, yeah. It's
right?
Just the same as a helmet.
Sports equipment, right? It's exactly the same. So I got to the airport, and they decided that I couldn't, and I had to pay excess baggage charges, which came to about £600. And at the time, that was a fucking lot of money for me. So, and I mean, I had a credit card, so I stuck it on the credit card. And just as I turned to walk away, they said, "Excuse me, sir, we're gonna have to weigh your hand luggage as well." And I'd bought this big, like, rip-off North Face bag when I was in one of the cities. And because I had so much stuff anyway, I thought I'll pack the heaviest stuff in there and then just make out that the bag's not heavy. So I had 300 DVDs in there, 100 CDs. 100 DVDs, 300 CDs. I had like Buddha statues. I had all kinds of shit. Basically anything that was heavy that wasn't a weapon was all in my bag. So then they took that off me as well, and or they were going to charge me for it. So they said they'd check it for free. But because by this point there was a whole long line of people behind me, I just handed them the bag and left. So then I'm on this 12-hour flight back from Beijing, and literally the only thing I had with me was one of those Chinese straw hats, like the Raiden hats. Because that's what my mum had requested I bring back for her.
Did you wear it on the plane? Did you just sit there the whole time? Sorry, mate. Sorry, mate.
It'd be quite good for social distancing right now. You put a photo in the group earlier, didn't you? That guy at Lowe's. Did you see that? We'll have to send it over to you. It's a guy at Lowe's in the US.
But the one I put, not the one you put.
No, not the one I put. The one I put is much better.
No, it's not.
It is. It is. Hang on. No, so this photo of this guy at Lowe's in the US he's made himself a fucking noodle hat.
Yo!
That's brilliant, isn't it?
I bet you that's not the crazy shit they've seen either.
Oh, no, not at all. No, not at all. I bet it's got more wild. So then I thought to myself, I could do with something like that. And this is the one that I found, which I think personally is better. I mean, look at that shit. And look at the look on this guy's face. What does he know that we don't?
But not only that, you know, when he was like, "All right, Brian, you good for doing some product shots?" He's like, "Yeah. What are we doing this week? Picture this, Brian. It's an inflatable gay pride mohawk. Fuck off. Seriously? What colour's the hat? It's black. All right, I'll do it. Yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. What is that?
It's the thing is, it's an inflatable helmet. I mean, have you ever heard anything more useless in your entire fucking life than an inflatable helmet?
I want to see that on someone.
Let's be honest, he's going to wear that for the next podcast.
For real. Plus,
Things are like the patterns we're seeing with his outfit. That's gonna be his
That's true.
next.
That's your next upgrade.
Yeah.
That's your next hat upgrade.
is it bad if I said that you need to stand up now, Veronica? Would
Yeah,
that drop
this is
the
the
same
thing.
shit that I'm in?
This is the thing. Like, she talks shit now. Now we're recording. She don't think we'll throw in it. She's in wearing a pair of Skull and Crossbones boxer shorts, which I'll be honest, I've worn them a few times and they look good on me. Not as good as they look good on Veronica.
There you go. See?
That's been her isolation attire for the past 3 weeks.
That's it. Calling my shit. This is vintage. This is from New York. This is badass. This
is where's this from?
Target.
This is from Dan's drawer.
Yeah.
See, I went full
Target
McCarthy.
Where did you buy it in Target?
Oh, probably Vegas.
Target from Vegas. What's up?
Vegas boxer shorts. Vegas
Skull. Exactly.
This is Vegas boxer shorts. That's from Ross in Vegas last year, and they're still good. They've been washed too. But I got this. I went full McConaughey in when we went to New York in 2006.
Tattooed on your arm.
The tattoo is my anniversary. The tattoo is my wedding anniversary, and it's a year after that. Because then the year after that we went to Australia. So
hang on. I got to stop you there. You got your wedding anniversary tattooed on your arm, but you still had to check the date.
Yeah, because I know that this is 2000. So this is 2005. So I'm just checking because we moved in here in 2004. That's a milestone. Got married 2005. New York 2006. And then Australia 2007, where we made Moo. When she came along in 2008. And then, oh shit, Libby's 2012. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, that's right. But this, I went into a shop called Journeys, which is like just a fucking skateboard chic, cool shit. Just like Timberlands, fucking famous stars and straps at the time, different belt buckles, like the coolest shop you can find. And I must have spent all my money in there. And so when we're at the till, I'd got to know this guy who was serving me quite well. And he was like, he just kept bringing me all this cool shit. And then as I got to the counter, there was like a cool Cadillac belt with a Cadillac belt buckle. He's fucking sick. Like for when you're 20, not for now when I'm 38, but he was cool as fuck. So I bought that, and then I looked up and I went full Hollywood. I was like, let me have a quick look at that. Let me have a look at that cowboy hat. And he was like, no worries, dude. And I put it on, and he was like, double gun me. And I thought, I'm fucking in.
Sold.
So
what a salesman.
Then I filled the inside to get back home, so it stayed and kept its shape because it's so precious. I had a SpongeBob SquarePants American football with SpongeBob's face on it that sat inside it.
Nice.
Fucking stupid, right? But
it's the same as those Vegas visors. Like, I don't travel with them on the plane to Vegas because I can't be bothered to hold it all the way there. You can't pack the damn thing.
Nah.
And as I'm traveling back, I don't want to leave it there, so I have to bring it back. So my house ends up getting filled with these Vegas visors. Now I've grown a mohawk, it doesn't even work anymore. I can't even wear it.
No, this is it, man. See, I've not grown a mohawk. I've just grown a fucking mop. This is just fucking mental. But the most weird experience we had with traveling was when we went to Cuba. So we were told, we went to Cuba for our honeymoon. And we were basically told, take a load of pens, pencils, colouring books, crayons and shit like that. Because you basically, it's just currency. So when you're in an all-inclusive restaurant or hotel or wherever, you would pay for, so you would give, like for tips, you'd give them a colouring book for their kids. And no shit, it worked. So it was brilliant. Because, I mean, the thing is, I love hanging around and just, like, giving people free stuff. That's cool as fuck, especially when it's like for kids that have never got it before. So we had, on the way out, we had like a budget WH Smith's in our fucking hold all. And then on the way back, the deal with Cuba is you can have up to 21. This was back in the day, so don't quote me now, whoever's going to put in the fucking comments. I think you'll find that's wrong. Basically, cigars, Cuban cigars, you can have something like 21 with no receipt. Anything over that, you need a receipt and all this like documentation. So I went on this day trip, and basically everywhere I went, they were fucking expensive, like really expensive. But what we found out was the tour guide, wherever we went, was getting a massive backhander. Obviously, that's what they do. That's how they survive. So once we made this realization, then I made my dodgy contact on the beach because Big Dave, he'd been smoking Cohibas, which are like the Fidel Castro, the Dogs Dude Dons, the one I gave you, the proper Cohiba. So Dave was getting 5 of them dropped on his lap every day off one of the waiters, and they cost him next to nothing. So we went down to the beach. I got a fuckload of cigars, and we put them all in the boxes. But I had a box with 21 in. Stace had a box with 21 in because we smoked a couple while we were there. But when we got to the airport, dude, the amount of boxes of cigars stacked up next to this fucking guy, and he was just going through people's bags and just taking them out and just going and just rinsing, honestly. But like one dude, he must have had 50 boxes in his case. And I'm like, man, play the game. Like, take a couple.
Yeah.
But you can't pay your mortgage off for one trip to fucking Cuba.
I've still got that cigar. I mean, I don't smoke cigars, but I've still got that cigar you gave me. It smells beautiful. That's the problem with tobacco for me, is I like the smell of tobacco until someone sets fire to it.
Yes.
I don't like it anymore.
Yeah, I love to smoke. I don't smoke officially anymore. I stopped smoking when we had Millie, as far as a daily cigarettes and I smoke. That stopped. Just because having kids, I didn't want to smell of smoke, and it's one of them things where you're probably not meant to do it. But tobacco, like the rolling tobacco, pipe tobacco, and just tobacco leaf for cigars, always smells like raisins, like sweet. I fucking love that smell. But that's the smoky smell when you wake up the next day after someone's had a party and you're like,
yeah, that's the worst.
Minging.
I used to be able to smell the cigarette factory when I was at primary school. I'd come out at lunchtime and it'd be drifting down the River Trent from Players, the cigarette place. It always smells nice. Like you said, it's like a real fruity smell. But yeah even like the jungle tobacco that they use in ceremonies in Peru, like even that is like organic, just tobacco dried in the jungle. I don't know, man. I'll take a lungful of that and it feels like someone's strangling me.
Yeah. No, it's not nice, man. But like they had a weird thing because basically it was just completely ungoverned. So when you got into the little holding pen before you got on the plane to come home, basically depending on which booth you went to was how much they felt like charging you for whatever you had.
Right.
And one of my friends had been before. That guy we met there, Jason, he was cool as shit. Like proper Johnny Too Cool. Like, so when you meet on holiday and you almost stand back and like, this guy fucking knows. He was just legit. Like every cucumber's cool, but Cuthbert was the coolest. Do you know what I mean? He properly had his shit nailed together. And as we were there, he just sort of waltzed up, swaggered up to this guy, and he knew what was coming. He knew he was going to be tried to be charged to be overweight. So their normal patter, the normal spiel they went into is like, "Oh, very sorry, friend. It's going to cost you this much." To which he started saying it. And Jason just slammed his finger on the scales and was like, look. And the scales were like weighing way under. And they were fucking looking around, couldn't work out what the fuck was going on, losing their shit. Because all the scales are made to be weighing heavier, basically. And he'd put his foot underneath he'd put his toe underneath the scale. So he came swaggering over to me and told me, and I only had flip-flops on. So I tried it for a second, put my foot under the ridge of this scale, put my case on, which is heavy as fuck, and it just cut straight into my foot. And I was like, I'll pay.
Didn't have to pay excess baggage, but lost 2 toes in the process.
Oh, man, yeah, that's
here at Happy Arnours, covered in blood.
Oh man, yeah. So it was an eye opener, definitely. I've always got that, that sock money that your mum used to tell you about. Stick 20 quid in your sock. You never know when you might need it. Always have your extra 20 quid. So I've always got my sock money now, just in case I get rolled over and end up living in Cuba.
I thought they were going to I was traveling when we were traveling back from Brazil after Veronica's fight. We were traveling back through Sao Paulo, wasn't it?
Yeah. Sao Paulo.
And I had crystals, as I do tend to when I'm traveling, and they tried to take them off me. They were like hassling me and wanting to weigh them and shit. And obviously, I don't speak any Portuguese, so it's lucky that Veronica's there. But at the same time, she's standing there with 2 black eyes and a cast on her wrist. So not only are they looking at my crystals like, yeah, we can take these off this guy, but they're also looking at me like I'm kicking their ass. And in fact, it'd be the other way around.
That's it. This is it. Do you know what I mean? Like, imagine that. Imagine just rocking up and then starting an argument and then looking at her and be like, oh shit, what the fuck?
Dude, it was bad. Although I thought they were going to take the crystals off me, I was kind of panicking, but Veronica saved the day. And then the guy eventually recognised me, didn't he? After he looked at my passport, he was like, "Oh, didn't you fight GSP?" I'm like, "Yeah. Can I take my crystals now, dickhead?"
Can I fuck off, please?
Yeah.
Have you ever had anything confiscated?
No, never. There was one time when I thought it was closed, and I was traveling out of LAX, and I've been down on Venice Beach talking to my friend Abraham at his Egyptian specialties shop. And he had this massive piece of rose quartz. It's a huge rose quartz point. Like probably weighs, I don't know, 10 kilos. No, maybe a little bit less. 8 kilos. It's a big piece, heavy. And obviously I'm not packing it in my bag because I'm more concerned about it getting snapped in two than anything. Yeah. But then at the same time, it's a risk taking that through customs because
just waltzing through.
It always kind of shows up weird as well on the scanners. Like as they put it through the scanners, it shows because it's like because of what it's made out of. It's quartz crystal. I guess silicon. I don't know, but it shows up really strange, like a grey blob. So they always want to check them anyway, and especially because this is pointed and it's enough to bludgeon someone to death. I was thinking that if there's ever a time they're going to take them off me, it's now. And as I was walking through, obviously they always search my bag anyway. It's just tradition. And this guy took my bag and he was like, "You sir, please follow me." And I'm like, okay, this is definitely not going to go very well. And as we started walking over to the table, he put the bag down and he went, "So are you ever going to fight again?" And I'm like, nailed it. We're all good. He knows that this is not going to make any difference if I decide I want to start hitting people on the plane.
Yeah. I don't need this weapon. I can kill everyone here. What did you say, sir? Nothing.
I tell you what I did have taken off me once. I used to have a silver ring that was a 2-finger ring.
Ooh.
It was nice. It was just flat across the front.
It classed as a knuckle duster.
Well, I mean, it was, I guess, but how? I don't see how. It was just a...
Yeah, no.
Right?
No way.
Right, exactly. I'm like, you're really worried about it. It was a silver. It wasn't thick on the top or anything like that.
It wasn't like off Scum or ID where he's just fucking wailing people.
No.
That's almost like they're really, really trying to pick for something. When they've not found any weed, they've not found any weapons, they're like, "Oh, dangerous weapon. We can justify kicking your door in for that now, dickhead." You know what I mean?
John Gooden always brings up me traveling to Singapore. The first time we were flying out to Australia to do a show, he always brings up the fact that when we got stuck in Singapore for a couple of hours, we had to go through security again, and they took my toothpaste off me. And I got really fucking angry because it was fluoride-free toothpaste. And I knew that if I landed in Australia, I'd have to get back on the fluoride toothpaste, or I'd have to find a specialist shop. And I had this whole argument with the guy, and he was like, "I'm sorry, sir, it's over 100 milliliters." It's fucking toothpaste, dude. And it's like, and you know when it's like there's like a fifth of it left, like there's hardly any toothpaste left in it, just enough for the week trip.
Yeah, mate.
I'm very passionate about the toothpaste though. Like, I've gotten the whole speech. Like, I've had to switch toothpaste because
you haven't had to.
I've had to.
You haven't had to. It's just been highly recommended.
Yeah.
Highly recommended.
I've had to.
If you're in the domain, then that's the toothpaste that comes with it. That's why we don't have sugar in our tea. We have syrup or honey now.
There we go.
Mystery came to my office the other day, and I was like, "Do you want a coffee, dude?" He was like, "Yeah." I was like, "How many sugars?" He was like, 2. I was like, "Bang, bang, straight in." That's what we do when mum and dad aren't around. We can fucking act up and eat the bad shit.
Yeah, he wants to take the gum away to change it for like some weird organic stuff.
I don't want to take it away. It's because she has 40 pieces a day. It's literally an addiction.
Oh, really?
I have like less than before.
Yeah, that's true.
Before I'd have like 4 packs a day.
That's not justifying an addiction, though. You can't be like, I smoke 70 a day, but I used to do 100. Like, that's not cool. You need to ease off.
No.
What about
He's trying to get her on the good stuff, off the stuff with the shit sweeteners in it. It's
okay, Mr. 40 cookies at night.
Oh, don't even start. These are good co-op cookies that have been freshly baked, You only get 4 in a bag, so it's not like you can go crazy.
Or like they're like this big.
So, don't you?
Like, okay, I like kill myself trying to find like weird ass recipes that replace sugar and made with like freaking weird ass flowers and stuff and like mashed bananas and avocado for this boy to just be like, oh yeah, they're okay, and then just those nasty ass big cookies.
That's not true. Eat everything that you cook as well.
You wait.
Yeah,
As well as the cookies.
as well. So
And who came back from the co-op today with 3 tubs of ice cream?
you sent me to get
No,
them. You
nonsense.
sent me to get them.
Nonsense.
From now on,
She picked up a bag of kale and spinach that I requested. She bought 3 tubs of ice cream for
What
herself.
a liar! You were such a bad
Never
liar.
start going
No
co-op.
one could believe you ate kale before.
No. Oh, I've just seen a comment pop up from Mystery.
But you're going to start going co-op on your own, like when you have to go and you have to eat 2 bags on the way back and then be like, that's all there was. So you can still get your sugar fix. Yeah.
Well, what
Wait, on the last podcast, he just said he ate ketchup beans on white toast, and now he's trying to say that he eats kale and not ice cream. Okay, go ahead, try to justify
Yeah, but
yourself.
you saw the comments. You saw all the comments and all the people that are in support of beans on toast.
Yeah, and all the people eat kale. Not good.
Private messaged me. Gerda private messaged me and he said, dude, I've got a niggle. I've got a question that's burning in my head. Does Veronica get beans on toast yet? And I was like, what? Bear in mind, this guy's got orders outstanding. He's waiting for his delivery. But his main question of this week is, does Veronica get beans on toast? Because seriously, even if you're not trying beans on toast, plum tomatoes on toast. Oh, what about cheese on toast? You done cheese on toast?
You must have had cheese on toast.
I mean, like, do you see the type of sandwiches that I make?
While we're on the subject of cheese, her preferred cheese is cottage. Dude, it's literally like what we've been watching The Witcher as we spoke about. I thought the other day, I woke up and I came down into the kitchen and I thought to myself, she was inspired by his hair color and she decided that she was going to try and dye her own hair by using cottage cheese. It was fucking all over the kitchen. It was all over the handle of the fridge. It was over the cutlery drawer handle. It was in front of the oven on the floor. It was down the side of the bin and in front of the bin on the floor. Like she dipped her hair in cottage cheese and then just swung it around her head.
Okay, you know what?
Whoa.
I don't think he complains while he's eating, but he just likes to complain how everything looks like right after I cook. So right after I cook, of course it's a mess because I just made a masterpiece. And then when he's eating, he's not complaining.
Did you say you dyed your hair with cottage cheese?
No, it was like she.
Oh, just the explosion. I'm about to say, I'm thinking, I know there's some old ass fucking wives' tale like, oh, you can use prune juice to dye your pubes or whatever. But fuck it, I was just expecting this full like slam the fucker on and be like, there we go. What's that? Just leave this cottage cheese on for an hour and it's gonna dye it blonde. I'll look sexy as fuck.
I think she was trying to dress up as one of the White Walkers from Game of Thrones. Dude, it was literally everywhere. It's unbelievable. It was literally everywhere.
See,
and then the next day, I thought, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just gonna observe her cottage cheese habits to see if I can figure out how this is happening.
Oh.
And then I realised we've got these lentil like cheese puff little things. They're like what's its in the UK, Cheetos in the US. That's what she uses for the cottage cheese. She uses them as a spoon. And 40% gets in her mouth. The rest goes all the way down the fucking cupboards.
I can get on board with that. I'm all about food spoons. I am all about food spoons. If you ever get baked beans in a cup, use a sausage, use a spoon. That's off Alan Partridge.
So what's your top 3 food spoons there?
Top 3 food, well, crisps across the board. You got fucking Doritos. Like if I've made a Chinese or if I've made an Indian and I've not got poppadoms, then I'm just smashing fucking plain crisps, salt and vinegar crisps, cheese, you name it. Doesn't matter.
What's it called? Made of Chinese? Like, what is that? What is a made in Indian or made of Chinese?
If
Like
I made
meal.
a Chinese meal or an Indian meal, what do you think I meant?
I don't know.
Person, hi, This is Ping. He's going to help me cook today.
Ping. Why is that the first Chinese name that you thought of?
Because I've got a friend called Ping.
Not racist. It's not racist. Ping's from China.
Yeah.
Not racist.
I've got a friend.
Ping's from China.
China. But, yeah, food spoons, I tell you what, and my brother, if I don't say this, my brother will be fuming. One of the greatest combinations we ever made. Equally, we were mad baked at the time. But if you get a cheesy quaver curl,
Yeah.
and a What's-It, and you put the What's-It inside the quaver, we name them quaver boats.
Like a cheetah.
But it's a curly quaver with a What's-It inside. Oh, we must have done 2 multi-packs. We must have done 12 packets each on one night.
That's pretty good. See, I think my 2 favorite food spoons that come to mind immediately: a white pita bread toasted 1 time,
Yeah,
too hard, with hummus.
yeah, easy.
Right? That's clearly a winner.
That's good.
And then the next one, and you'll know the pain of these because you've tasted half of it already and you're already addicted. They're naans, fruit, and what are they? Fruit and something? Oat biscuits.
Yeah, raisin and oat.
Oh man!
Oh my god!
And then you can get this tub of hazelnut chocolate like spread, like Nutella, but it's not. It's some different, like more organic, better, like
Not killing sloths.
No, it's not. Those 2 together, I could literally do a whole box of those biscuits. Although talking to biscuits, because I've just realised you brought these out, thinking that this was going to be funny. We had those arrive today.
Okay.
I ordered some of these the other day, right? These are fucking awesome.
Why don't you describe how much you mean by some?
Well, the reason I ordered them is because they last forever and they're great with peanut butter and they got me through the boat race because something about ginger and seasickness.
Yeah,
It fixes things, just like salt and vinegar crisps.
right?
Yeah, right. So these on the boat were a lifesaver. I don't know why. I thought I ordered 3 boxes of them. 18 arrived today.
So you've ordered 3 cartons.
You're gonna fix coronavirus with all this ginger.
So, yeah,
So the
So,
village is going to be sponsored by Stem Ginger Biscuits.
they're so good though.
But like the oat and raisin, I don't know about ginger though.
See, the oat and raisin ones, they're more, to quote Peter Kay, they're the paratroopers of a biscuit. They take a lot more of a pounding. Like, if you ever try and dunk a rich tea or something like that, forget about it. Like,
They just fall apart. It's like those ones that you brought over. What are they called?
oh, the Biscoff.
They're them. They're like they're literally one dip.
No, but they're not for tea. They're good with oat milk.
No, they're good with tea.
But they're good. Like you just put it in your mouth, and you just open the oat thing, and you just like do it like that. But like no shame, you can't put it in a cup because like you're
Like
having cookies.
Like
You
your
can't
15
have any
pair.
Can you see why there's food all over the kitchen?
Is this putting into perspective now? Is this putting into perspective my Dorito on the floor? After I cooked and washed up and put everything away, and it's like there's one Dorito on the floor. I got shit for it. You're covering the whole house in cottage cheese. What the fuck?
Dude, I pick up, and this is not an exaggeration. This is a a legit number.
Oh my god!
I pick up at
Exaggerating.
least 6 apple pips a day with my feet. Because I don't like to wear shoes
He's
or
talking
socks.
about apple pips. Like if they're like a big deal, they're like this big. They're this freaking big.
But you know what it's like when you've got ninja sensitive feet and you step on something that like an apple pip. It feels like a boulder.
Okay, I'm ninja training you.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
You know what? You know this shit that rolls me off the clock, and it's not even food. It's, I don't know what it is with me. I don't know what the problem is or what the technical term is. I can't handle there being dirty pots. It fucking kills me. Having dirty pots. Whenever I'm cooking, I have hot water. And so if I'm cooking, while I'm cooking, the pan's in there, everything's going through while I'm doing it because it's still hot and it's still wet. So it comes off easier. That's the name of my porn film. But it's still hot and wet. But my one rule is, especially with the girls, when you come back to the sink, if there's a bowl of hot water there, just rinse off whatever you've had. Let's say they've had a sandwich. There's fuck all, like you could lick the plate and it'd be clean. Like there's nothing on there, right? So just dunk it in, quick rinse, and it's good. The amount of times I come back to the sink and there's just fucking like hot water in the middle, washed pot, and then like 2 or 3 things here, and I'm like, what the fuck are you doing to me, man? You're gonna send me around the bend because you're not just gonna rinse it, and now the water's lukewarm. Is that's a similar thing, right? Where it's killing me.
It's similar.
Probably shouldn't be killing.
They're not trying to actually kill you, like him with the dishwasher, trying to actually kill me.
How could I possibly? how could I possibly?
He's trying to kill me.
I'm not.
Vinny Jones, like Vinny Jones on Lockstock.
When the dishwasher's finished, it's hot as fuck inside. It's steamy. So I open it and I pull both trays out. Right.
Yeah.
But let's bear in mind, this is, I mean, what we're talking, 3 feet across by 4 feet high, like filled with pots, like hot as fuck, steam coming out of it. How is it my fault if she fucking walks into it? How is that my fault? That's not my fault. Do I need to put traffic cones around it? Do we need safety things?
He doesn't realize this because he's not the one cooking. But if you're cooking, right, and you're like on the stovetop, like making stuff, and then you go to like the hot water stuff to clean things, because I get what you're saying about like things coming up easier when they're hot. So like you're going like back and forth, and then it's just like, oh, it's gonna burn. So I just don't want your food to be burnt.
Oh, is that right?
And then he tried to kill me.
Burned my pancakes this morning because she was dancing.
Oh, you're welcome.
What were you dancing to?
Nothing.
Oh.
Nothing. No music at all. I offered to put music on, and she said no, because then there'll be a rhythm and it will show that she can't dance. So dancing to no music.
Fully bopping out.
That's exactly right.
That's what I did the pineapple.
A lot of that stuff.
The thing
like
is,
80s back.
your story didn't include the fact that she was cooking for you. Your story was a dishwasher's red hot when it's finished. Don't get in the way of it. He didn't mention the fact that she was currently cooking, which is 2 feet away from the dishwasher.
Yeah, but she also didn't mention the fact that she wasn't needing to go from the cooker to the sink, because I was washing the pots while she was using them.
So she could have just passed you the pot.
Hey, one time during the whole month we've been locked up, and he eats like 8 times per day. I'm sorry.
Which is why I have to eat so many cookies. You're understanding my situation now.
There you go. I'm all about some biscuits, though. Mate, at the minute, I'm going through. What I'm finding is I'm finding stuff that I bought ages ago and completely forgot about. And at the minute,
us too.
Yeah, well, I've got these jam and cream Viennese biscuits.
Ooh.
Oh, there's like 12 in a packet, and it's a 1 sitting, 1 dunk, bush, done. Is biscuit dunking worldwide? Is that just a thing?
I don't know.
I'm gonna lose my toast to diabetes.
Have you seen? You watch American Dad, right?
Yeah.
Did we talk about this in the last podcast?
We did, yeah. We did.
Thought we did. It keeps, because every time she's full of energy and full of beans, and she gets an attitude, and she turns into this version of Roger. Man, that tells the diabetes. So I've just been using that all the time this week.
That'll be a full Reptile Warriors t-shirt. It'll be like Veronica, Roger, Macedo. Just with a little silhouette of an alien underneath it. Oh man. Yeah, I've been in business meetings before, and I've been sat and someone bought us a cup of tea, and they bought tea and biscuits at the same time. I don't know what the fuck you expect me to do than dunk it. And I was sat, and I was like listening, and I was being very polite. I wasn't calling anyone a prick or anything. I was just listening to the conversation. I went bang in, carry on, okay. Next minute, my boss went fucking crazy. He's like, "What the fuck are you doing? Dipping your biscuits?" And I was like, "That's what they're there for, dickhead." Who the fuck? Like, don't bring them out. It's not like they're bringing out fucking condoms and lube and asking each other to fuck each other. It's like, that's a bit inappropriate. It's a fucking biscuit and my cup of tea. I've got to have my cup of tea and biscuits, man. But I don't know if it's worldwide, if it's everywhere. But
no, this is like, I feel so British having this conversation.
Really? Do you not
Yeah, it's like
But you put other places in the world dip biscuits in tea, right?
no. Other places have coffee.
Oh,
Well, French have
Just
they have like hot chocolate, don't they? And they have them big long like churros, but they're not a churro, and they dip them in hot chocolate, don't they?
Listen, this churro thing sounds racist, and I would get offended.
Why? Because of the racist churros. Wow, get off that. I'm going to put my disguise back on.
he's the one that looks like Mexican cartel leader.
There you go.
He can say what he likes about churros. He's incognito now.
Yeah, just don't look. Hold on. Wait. I'll be incognito in 3, 2, 1. There you go.
Oh yeah, that's it.
Oh.
There could be anything behind you now.
I'm yeah,
Behind you.
mate. The amount of shit that's in here now, people wouldn't be able to find it. That's it. I'm waiting for Netflix to come and film me for my next series of Narcos or fucking Drugs Inc. or whatever the fuck they want to come up.
The only problem is if I spoke Spanish to you. Then you just
See?
got-
Oh no, he could talk Spanish, but he might not actually be Spanish, but it'd sound like Spanish.
Oh.
Yeah, I could be like, hola, si siempre como culebra, un hamburguesa con queso y 2 cervezas y baloncesto, see? So that was something about a snake, a cheeseburger, 2 beers, and a basketball.
I mean, I didn't hear anything about a snake. I heard beer, burgers, and basketball, but no snake.
Too quick for you.
He was talking in code. He was talking in code.
It's off of Terminator 2.
Oh.
When Sarah Connor meets someone at the before the playground, you know where the playground bursts into flames, and she turns into a skeleton holding onto the side of the railings. That's she says. I'm sure it's si siempre y como culebra or something like that. Something snake. Culebra? I don't know. I'm not sure. But that was 1993 and it's been in there since. It's pushed out all the times table I should have learned and shit. So I'm all good.
That was a conversation we were having the other day. Maths, right?
Maths or math?
Maths.
Maths.
There's something wrong with your tongue.
No, there
Everything
isn't.
maths,
Sure.
isn't it?
Maths.
Math.
What do you say?
Math.
Math.
Yeah.
She says
No.
math, but it's taken me a few weeks to educate her out of saying Legos, though. See?
No.
Math and
Okay.
Legos. You've got
First of all, I say Lego since Vegas because you threw a fit just like the toothpaste.
Good. And it's
I
justified.
will not change math. I will not add an S to math.
Well, that's because you're going to stay wrong.
Yeah, because that makes more sense. Logically, makes more sense.
But she's
Math does not make more sense.
I can live.
I'm not going
if
to
you-
put on myself to say math, okay?
If you want to be stubborn with math, I can live with that as long as you never ever say Legos again. For fuck's sake. Oh,
Don't say Lego. Since Vegas, I don't say Lego.
No, she doesn't.
Legos. I don't say
Ooh.
Lego. I say Lego.
mate. So many people say Legos. People that I like and respect, like even famous people, like loads of people, will say Legos, and I'm thinking, what the fuck are you talking about? It's Lego.
Well, I didn't know because I had never even owned a Lego before, so you
A
can't
Lego.
even blame me.
Don't.
A Lego.
Yeah, you mean a Lego set?
I've never owned Lego. Jesus.
Legos.
Do we need like? Is this a big sub story now? Because I've got them for days. I can meet you on them. I didn't have a Lego either. Or
A single Lego.
yeah,
Not a single
Why
Lego.
did you
fat
even
tour.
know?
It was a fat tour, and I lost it.
I tell you what, we've built some cool stuff this week.
Or did you do Barracuda Bay?
You have
No,
to get
not
them
yet.
because I don't want to show them what I'm wearing.
She can't stand up because of
Yes, you
the
can.
boxes.
Yes,
Short.
you can. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
Hang on, I'm going to reposition the laptop and then go and grab some stuff. You can talk amongst yourself.
We will. We will.
Okay. I'm afraid.
Well, yeah,
See, from here up, I'm normal.
never, ever, ever. That's never a thing. Oh,
Well,
man.
what I'm wearing is normal. It's only normal because it came in the Reebok kit.
There you go. Well, you've got some clothes on its way. I've got some. Someone managed to get me. Yo, look at that.
This is
done
amazing.
that? Is that full?
Yeah.
So
Brand
for
new.
everybody on Dan's Instagram saying they've had this when they were a kid, no, you haven't. This is brand new. We stayed up till midnight to order this. Set up an alarm and everything. Brand new set.
What people think they've got. What people think they've got.
Yeah.
So this is a tribute set to this boat, right? This boat came out. I think I got this when I was either 5 or 6.
Was that 87?
Yeah, about that. It might 87, 88, something like that. So that's the Black Seas Barracuda, I think it's called.
Is that the one your dad stayed on built?
Made this is a new set that they've made that's like a tribute to that, which it kind of looks the same, but it's a desert island, like a shipwreck.
You can tell because it has spider on it.
They're for authenticity. But then if you look at the back of it, this is fucking brilliant. Because like you remember back in the day, hang on, I'll come around there. You remember back in the day when like you got a Lego set and then you turn the box over and it had 2 or 3 other things you could build with the same set.
Yeah,
right?
different.
They fucking gave up on that a while ago, which is a bit disappointing. But check this out. That at the bottom, look, can you see? Like you take the bits of the boat off the shipwreck and they fucking go together as a new boat.
Hey, that's nice.
Right?
Yes.
So that's fucking awesome. And then what else have we done?
And then he orders a lot of stuff online.
Have you seen the Stranger Things Lego set yet?
Yes. Oh, but he hasn't seen it yet, so.
No, well, I tried to talk to him about it before, and because he's not seen Stranger Things, it was pointless. But now you're there, you can convince him to watch it.
Obi-Wan's hut arrived.
Nice. Dude,
I was in office and I found a brand new Lego pirate ship that I've not built up yet. Can you fucking believe that?
Flying about.
Literally just lying about in a cupboard. I didn't even realise it was there. I thought this was an empty box that I'd already built that ship. How bad's that?
Well,
What's the one that you have that's similar?
Veronica's grandma thinks I'm a drug dealer because I've got so much Lego.
Legos.
Lego.
Because you've got so much as Legos.
What am I getting?
The one that's similar to that one, because it has this, like a similar flag, a sail thingy.
Oh, the other one.
So the door keeps ringing, and he acts surprised every time, like, "Oh, what could that be?" And
Like-
it's like,
You got a problem.
he's like, "Oh, what can that be? I don't know. What can it
Is
be?"
it like a fat girl eating chocolate bars in the toilet at work?
Yeah. So this is the one that looks similar to that one he says he does.
I'm sure Dan had a T-shirt, an Outlaw T-shirt with a similar skull as that on it.
Yeah, it did.
Similar, not exactly the same, but like almost down the Nemesis or the old school, like the really old one you had.
You know what this looks like? You know when you go to a nutritionist and they show you like the difference between 5 pounds of fat and 5 pounds of muscle? This looks like the fat part.
So many people have been to the nutritionist to find that out. So many.
I've been to lots of
Yo, is that Slave One?
Dude, let me tell you about this. Let me set that up.
Yeah.
Yo.
We got fucking pirate ships coming out of our arse.
And you got spaceships as well.
Dude, the Lego Star Wars stuff.
Everything Boba Fett.
It's badass, isn't it?
Of course. So this is a set that one of the original sets that came out that I never got. There's been a couple of slave ships, but this is definitely the best. Check this out, right? So we've got Boba Fett's in the cockpit. You see him in the cockpit.
Yeah.
As it comes up, takes off, we know it tilts like this.
Yeah.
Booster on the back, and he fucking sits up.
Yeah. Is there a Han Solo in carbonite on there as well? Does that come with a Han Solo?
He's in the boot. He's in the trunk down here, look.
Of course he fucking is.
But then if you flip it, oh, he's really there. He's thawed out.
I thought out.
It's amazing. And I did buy this the other day as well, because obviously Mandalorian's badass. So I bought the whole Mandalorian crew as well.
Oh, man.
Basically just loads of different versions of Boba Fett, which
I need to get them.
dude, they're amazing.
Well, it's almost making up for the fuck up that episode 2 was, isn't it? You know, the Clone Wars with fucking Jango Fett, when it was just like New Zealand turned into all Boba Fett's. You remember?
But they're clones of him. Boba Fett's a clone of Jango.
Yeah, but it's shit though, isn't it?
Why?
I didn't like it at the
It's a
time.
great movie, admittedly.
No, that was the problem. I was still scarred from Jar Jar Binks, and whatever it was like a Channel 5 matinee love film.
Best Jar Jar Binks ever. It's so cute.
You don't like Jar Jar Binks?
Mate, I made a lot of money off of episode 1. Are you going to do the impression, Mr. Tinker?
I tell you what I have realised, though, is the same voice that I do for Jar Jar Binks is very similar to the hormone monsters. You know the shitty old crooked hormone monster.
Yes.
That Coach Steve.
Hey, Steve. Keep on making that.
Hostile.
And Jar Jar Binks is very similar.
Exactly.
It's bad.
Jar Jar Binks' voice.
Maybe that's Jar Jar Binks now. Maybe you just hit the bottle really hard. It's like, so I'm gonna leave this galaxy, boys. And they're like, oh, there's a job opening. It's like, what's that? It's like, hormone monster. He's like, okay. That big fucking talk. Gets there and just fucking gets into a bit of trouble. It's his fucking crystal meth hard. Dog the bounty hunter sends him to prison. He turns his life around. He's a fucking hormone monster.
I love it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's well, I went on the other day because Stace said to me, she says, if you we always do that standard thing as a couple where it's like, yeah, don't buy me anything for Christmas. Don't buy me anything for my birthday, blah blah blah. And you always go out and buy each other stuff. And to be fair, I mean, she always smashes everything out the park. Right? It doesn't matter what it is, no matter what she buys, the amount of research that goes into it and the amount of stuff she looks into before she buys me whatever she buys me. Even if I've specifically requested, I want this specific set or this shirt or whatever, she'll do a research. So she sat the other day and she was like, what do you want for your birthday? And I was like, nothing, don't worry about it. So look on Lego, have a look, see what there is. And I was just saying to Veronica, I found the Stranger Things set. And it's
with the upside down.
Hey, how fucking cool! I mean, you don't even have to watch it to know that that's fucking cool.
Yeah, I haven't watched it, and it does look like a really cool set.
180 boys. I just can't do that because I would probably be able to make it 30 times over with the amount of Lego I've already got. It's just the booklet and a couple of specific pieces. That'll be all it is. So, what I did do, because you know how I'm a bit of a weird geek when it comes to board games and stuff I can do with the family. Like games, so we play a lot of Monopoly Deal, which is a card game version of Monopoly.
Yeah.
We play.
Did you ever try Movie Maker?
We've still got it downstairs. We've got that. That's next on the pile because, to be fair, we've been too busy swearing at each other and threatening to leave to be able to sit down and have a wholesome family game night. But I got a game called Klask. And if anyone's out there and they're bored, Klask, I think it's a Danish game, and basically, it's a tabletop game, and it's a cross between like football and air hockey. Okay, so it's like this. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, that sits on your tabletop, and your hands underneath with a magnet, and you're holding a stick, and you've got a counter on top, and you hit a little ball, and basically you got to get the ball into a goal each side. It's fucking brilliant. It's daft, but it's about 30 quid, but it's really fucking good. So
it looks like a pool, like you know those
it's about this big.
Yeah, football table.
Yeah.
It's not a foosball. I've just got my football table outside as well. So I've just put that out. I bought that years ago, but it's one of them again. I've got to try and make the kids good before I can start playing properly. Because it's one of them. You know, you're like, oh yeah, you did really well. You scored. They would never score against me, ever. Ever. So...
Not wearing your hustler hat, especially.
Ever. So, what I found yesterday was there's this game called... it's called Crokinole. I'd never heard of this. So, this is my latest purchase. I went from Lego and flannel shirts to buying myself this. So, that there is a big wooden board with these discs either side, and basically there's lines around the edge like a dartboard, which are for scoring, and then there's some pegs in the middle, and there's a hole. So the hole is where you need... Fuck off. The hole is where you need to get your counter in, and those little to stop it. So basically you sit opposite and you flick the discs in. This is how fucking stupid it is. Like, no one's ever heard of it. But apparently it's meant to be the bollocks. and the board's like this big. It just means though, there's like times when all we're nearly doing is killing each other. So if I can say, let's have a game of this, it just seems to wash everything away. Yeah, it doesn't really work with let's watch a TV together, let's watch film or movie together, because they're still fucking ramped up afterwards. It's always, let's do this. Let's have a bit of a competition, and they're fucking all about that. They're overly competitive. So if they can get a win over Dad, which with things like Clask and things like that, it's not as much about like experience and knowledge. It's more about fucking luck, skill. So yeah. So
we were talking earlier in the year. One thing I want to get for this place at some point is a pool table.
Boy,
we were talking about slate bed pool tables, and I was on the flight on the way back home looking at them one time. In hindsight now, I'd have been fucking awesome at pool.
Imagine.
Had I one in the house already. I'm still tempted to kind of order one actually.
I still reckon you could get one. There's still there's guys collecting stuff. The only thing is getting 3 people in masks up your stairs to be able to deliver it through your fuck, because it's heavy. They are heavy as fuck.
This is the problem, isn't it? And plus, Veronica seems to have decided that that's her favourite room to lay in, on the floor. So I don't know where else the pool table would go now. She's kind of up to that. Of all the rooms in the house, she lays on the
Thanks
one.
for ruining it, Veronica.
Right?
That's her idea.
That's the pool table room.
Yeah, I do need to get one, but it needs to be an outdoor one because.
Well, it's close to all the snacks, okay?
This is it.
Find a different room.
It's close to my biscuits and cottage cheese, so if we buy her a little mini beer fridge with cottage cheese in, do you reckon we could just like tease her out the way into another corner?
You just put drips of cottage cheese through the kitchen.
It could be bought.
Yeah, with cottage cheese. Keep speaking. Here you go. This is. It's not a pool table, but it's a proper FAS pub style foosball. It's fucking brilliant. I love it. That's another story. You haven't got what?
Too busy building Lego. Not really got into any games yet.
I said we could play Monopoly if I'm the bank.
If you play Monopoly Deal, it's the bollocks.
What?
Monopoly Deal is the card game version. It's way better because it's over in like 25 minutes. But you got equal bragging rights because it's just a look of the draw with the cards. It's fucking amazing.
Could we split screen that then on the PlayStation?
I just want to be the bank so I could cheat and win.
Nah, see, Stace used to do that. She played Monopoly with me for 21 years, and last year Millie got the credit card version of Monopoly. First time she ever lost. That means, and she is good. Don't get me wrong, she's very, very good at Monopoly. But I think it might be a little bit of a cheeky in there somewhere or another because it seems to be a big coincidence. But,
well, if I'm the bank, I need a payment for being the bank.
That's exactly the problem with the fucking banks, is them paying themselves ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah. And then once they paid themselves,
they think the job for the bank
a bit more. I can remember working in the bank where I was, and both the 2 top guys, who were fucking dead sound guys, both got a Bentley GT Continental as a bonus. We weren't profitable at that time, but they got a GT Continental. Nice one, boys. Do you know what I mean? I was rolling up in my fucking I was in an F Reg Fiat Uno. So that's an 89, as in 1989. F Reg Fiat Uno, making them all the money, selling all the. I used to sell CRP and CPP like you would not believe. I could sell all that shit that people are claiming back. You know all that shit people are claiming back now. What did you say?
And THC sometimes.
Oh, mate. Yeah. I would sell whatever I could get my fucking hands on. And they had the fucking Bentleys. But they did let me have a go in it, to be fair. I can't be too mad.
So what's on your agenda for the weekend then?
Well, not a lot, I don't think. I've got tonight is Friday, so I'm going to be playing a bit of Call of Duty with the boys, and that will probably about 2:30 this morning. That'll go into Monopoly Deal. So if you're up for a game then, if you're up and about at 2:30, give me a shout, and you'll get a worse for wear version of me. Imagine that. And then tomorrow, I mean, I've had to refelt my shed. Well, one of my sheds. Stace asked me, she says,
refelt it?
Yeah, refelt the roof. Now, the shed beforehand was worth about 7 pence. because it was just old and fucked. And she said she would put some felt on the top of the shed because it needed new felt. And I was like, if I'm going to have to felt that, I need to redo the shed. So I've essentially built a new shed inside it and relined it all and strengthened it all and then put the felt on the top. So probably in felt and screws alone is probably now worth about 100 quid.
Nice.
Whereas before it was just fucking firewood. So to be fair, we've been very busy. We've been very industrious, if that's the right word. We've been all over painting. We've got 4 sheds. So like we've got a lot of shit to paint. So we've been doing that, and then fucking out eye opener. We had a load of stuff in one of the sheds, bikes, old bikes. Some of them were good for free, and some of them were good for selling. And so I thought I would just test out the Facebook Marketplace. Fucking hell! You know when you put something for free on Facebook, my phone went off the fucking chain. It was like Zamo from Grange Hill. Fuck me. Everyone coming after me for, is that still available? Them things still available? You still got them bikes for free? And I was like, yeah, all right. The one guy that came and took 3 free bikes, came and pulled up in a fucking 2019 BMW Z5, X5. How the fuck does that work?
He sells bikes. He finds on Facebook Marketplace for free.
Exactly, mate. But yeah, they're out my way. So that was cool. Got rid of a load of stuff. I've got to clear out the shoe cupboard soon. So if you know anyone who's a UK size 7 and they want some new kicks, I've got a few that have not been worn.
All right.
Yeah, and it's not all about the size of the feet. It's how hard you do the walking, isn't
it? Exactly.
Yeah. But I've got to be repping this. I'm probably gonna have to wash it through a couple of times. I'm gonna wear this all weekend.
So mine's on its way to me, is it?
Yes, it will be. Like I said, I've got someone who's managed to. My mate, whose office is next door to mine, has managed to swing through and just grab a handful of the new stuff so I can send it out to you guys. Because obviously I still can't get in myself to do the orders, but he could get into my office to get just larges. So he was like, so he just grabbed a load of bits. So I'll be sending them out to you and the boys. But this is the chasing status. I'm probably not really doing it a lot of justice with a fucking neckerchief on and a straw hat, but
yeah, wicked.
Retreat.
Nice.
I think one of my favourites was Father Blissman's put on his story, and he put, "Are all the people that voted Tory going to go out on a Thursday and shout sorry instead of clap?" That's fair enough, man. It's fair enough.
Man. Weird times. What about 249 being cancelled?
Yeah, about to say, what do you think about the drama?
I know. Yeah, it's not surprised though, really. I mean, I was enthusiastic about it going ahead because I'd like to watch it, but I'm not surprised it's been stopped.
And it's
so wait, Disney canceled it or ESPN canceled it?
I have no idea.
Because I saw a bunch of memes of like Disney knocking out Dana.
Oh, I don't know.
Disney knocking out Dana? What, Mickey Mouse?
And Mickey Mouse.
So where's Fight Island then? Let's speculate as to where that's going to be.
What I'm more concerned about was the amount of people that were likening it to fucking Mortal Kombat. The OG Fight Island is fucking Hans Island, right? Enter the Dragon.
Of course. I'll tell you another good one, though. And this is a Van Damme movie that's been overlooked because it was kind of a remake of Bloodsport.
Go on. Kickboxer.
Quest,
yeah.
And what James Bond does it have in the movie? Pop quiz.
What James Bond?
Which James Bond is also in that movie? Which actor that played James Bond?
The one from Derbyshire, wasn't it?
I don't fucking know where he's from. I want a name.
I'm sure he's from the Midlands. I don't like James Bond. You know I don't like James Bond. I think he's great. Because they've made the same film 400 times and it's bollocks.
Oh, so then just pick one of them that you like.
Nah, fuck them all. I'm not messing around some fancy twat that tells the bad guy the fucking result and then gets murked. Fuck that.
Well, I reckon we put this out to everyone listening then in the comments. What's your favourite James Bond movie? Or I'd even be open to a top 3. My favourite is by far Live and Let Die. best music, best film, best bad guys, best interactions, best scripting.
Is that the one you put 3,000 times?
Yeah, I've explained it to Veronica several times, and she's not quite yet understanding the beauty of it. But she's
Because he
getting
puts
there.
it when I'm like half asleep. She's like, yeah, I get to put
Isn't
the
that-
James Bond.
Isn't Live and Let Die the one with Jaws? Was Jaws in that one?
No, Jaws was. Oh shit, Doctor No.
Okay.
Jaws was the henchman, wasn't he?
See, I watched the old ones because I didn't really have a choice, and we had 4 channels at the time, so I watched them. So I've seen them, but
Yeah.
I think the thing that's frustrated me is probably Pierce Brosnan more than anything, just because he was just a dick, just a complete fucking length. And I've never, like, don't get me wrong, N64 GoldenEye at the time was good. Yeah, I'll give you that. But
Amazing.
that could have been any game. It didn't have to be James Bond. But I think it was just people going mad for the same film. Like, they would literally go, and it's not only the fact that there's been the same film 500 times, it's puns. I can't be handling puns from a posh twat that can't act for shit. And he's like, oh, really, Miss Pussy Galore? I can't even say it. I don't even know any fucking puns. They're that shit. That's where I'm stumped. Shit. James Bond puns. Fuck that guy. God. Put him in there with Vitor or fucking Andrei Arlovsky in his fucking prime. From Minsk, Belarus. Put him in there.
Dude, the only one that you need is Roger Moore. He's the only Bond that you need.
Yes.
All the other ones were frightfully mediocre in comparison. Roger Moore's the only one, and the only Bond movie that you need to watch is Live and Let Die. Like that covers all James Bond movies.
I'm trying to find out now.
It's chase. It's got comedy. It's got.
Which one's the one that does that with his eyebrows all the time? That's like dark hair. Like I said, I do.
Sean Connery.
I think so.
Yeah.
I like him.
See, I was too young for Sean Connery. Was never James Bond to me. He was always Indiana Jones' dad. Junior, where's the fucking diary, Junior?
What's his name?
SEA con CONN, I think. ER.
God damn, JCVD has made some.
Not this guy. He's old. No.
Oh, of
Yeah,
course.
but no.
I knew a James Bond.
Yeah.
A dark head. Who was the most recent dark head? No, you're gonna like Pierce Brosnan. He's the worst.
I think so.
Oh,
Yeah.
it is. Fucking hell. No.
I think so.
No.
Wait, let me see him as James Bond.
No. Fucking Pierce Brosnan. The worst of all the James Bonds you could have picked. You picked the worst one.
What? Yeah.
It's awful.
It's weird. I suppose it's when you watched it. Like for me,
He's for me. Okay, you got to think about it. Like I grew up in America, so he's just like
A smug twat.
yeah, a smug.
In every movie.
Would you like to dip a biscuit in my tea and eat some beans on toast?
Say that.
I'm a cunt. Fucking wow. No, he's a double dickhead, mate.
I tell you, there was a movie that he was good in. No, it's too late. You said it.
God.
There was a movie that he was good in. Was it called The Matador?
Oh, was that where he's a hitman?
Yes. That's a good movie.
Wasn't it? Didn't he play a proper prick in that?
Yeah, but that's who he is, which is why he was so good at it.
Yeah.
Like if the role is we need someone to play a prick, then you go let's
I
call
thought
Pierce
that's what
Brosnan.
like James Bond was about,
No.
being like posh
Well,
prick,
a little bit smug.
like a smug prick.
Like you're supposed to be a little bit smug. Like Roger Moore plays smug, but to a point where it's not like obnoxious. I think.
Yeah.
Like he's kind of funny with it.
Yeah, that's why when I watched The Gentleman the other day, I nearly didn't because it had Hugh Grant in it. And he was just this bumbling up. Sorry, I'm just so British. Sorry, in everything about a boy. Ding dong. I think you've got the wrong house. Goodbye. Fuck off. And then he's banging fucking strippers in America, isn't he? In the back of a car. Was that Hugh Grant who got caught?
Yeah, man. Yeah. He got arrested for it.
Bumping uglies with some bird on a fucking lay-by. Play the game. Be that dude, and I'll watch that film. But don't be like, sorry, fucking sorry. Fuck off. Mate, honestly. I mean, my brother lives in America, and his wife, when she first came over, she was just blown away that no one spoke like the Queen. And
I was too when I first got here.
and we didn't do this when we drank tea. Like, imagine that. Imagine her walking into our house and going, "All right, Doc, are you all right?" And she's like, "What's he asking me?" And because my dad grew up in Sheffield, and this is a weird thing, and this happens a lot in England with like people with double names. But my dad grew up in Sheffield, and his name is Christopher Noel, right? As in like the holiday greeting, Noel, right? So he's always been known in Derbyshire as Chris. But well, my granddad called him Whack, but he's called Chris. So he's either called Whack or Chris this side. When we go to Sheffield, he's called Noel. But when all of our family get together and we're having a party environment, you know, like just a very typical house party with people round, not like kid and play, just half a dozen family members. Half of them are from Sheffield, half of them from Derby. So they're calling him Chris and Noel and Whack. Just 3 people.
As long as he knows when to respond, it don't matter really.
Never. He ignores the fucking lot of them. Yeah, he's typical dad. He doesn't give one fuck. He's not interested in nothing. This is my dad that never wants to go anywhere ever, never ever wants to go anywhere or do anything because he's a working man. He's always tired because he's just busy working. And now the lockdown's on. He rang me the other day saying I'm going stir crazy. I want to get out. I want to go. I'm like, Dad, you've not. He's like the grandparents in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory that stay in bed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're on lockdown, Grandpa Josephine. Well, I want to go and get milk. Well, you can't.
We went for a walk yesterday for the first time in 3 weeks.
How was that?
It was good. It was pleasant. It's weird though because people are still people are real standoffish, like paranoid.
Mate, make out you're gonna hug him.
For freaking coughing.
Well, because he was walking up, fucking sneezing into his handkerchief, and I just thought to myself, you know, the right thing to do was to shoot him and to roll him into the hedgerow.
Oh, what would you have shot him with though? Would you have gone with like a silenced pistol, like a
yeah.
Or would you have been a sawn-off double barrel, like a poof, and then just gone over the hedge?
No, I'm not making a mess. And I have to wait until I was lined up with him as well, so any mess would shoot into the hedgerow.
Man,
I'd be having to clear up after myself. Shotguns are messy.
Yeah, but it's one of them. It's just the fun side of things. If you run along that hedgerow and you start pong, and you see him go poof, straight in the ditch.
The other thing as well is if he's a corona zombie, I don't want to get his blood all over me.
No.
I mean, we learned that from Doomsday. You know?
Yes. Did you see that I was training the girls? I was training the girls with a sniper rifle last night.
I did see that.
I saw that.
Mate, so I was going to buy myself an air rifle years ago because that's another British thing that we do. We all have an air rifle in our house. And I for whatever reason, I didn't. But the guy that I was going to buy it off still had it. So I rang him and I was like, can I trade you something that I roll up for you for a go on your air rifle and show the kids? And he was like, yeah, of course you can. So he chucked it over the fence. And I put it all out, laid it all out in the garden, and I put a can, like a beer can, halfway down the garden. Our garden's probably 240 foot long, so I put it about maybe 60 feet away from the yard, and I left it on the floor. Went and got Libby, who's the youngest. She's 8. Took her outside, and she was like, "Is that a real gun?" I went, "Yeah." She went, and she just lay straight down. She's like, I'm in. I'm fucking signing that ticket, brother." Picks the gun up, hits the can, full bollocks. And I was like, I don't think I could have been prouder. I went upstairs and Stace and Moo were doing a makeover thing. They were having a bit of a girly day, doing hair and makeup and all this other stuff. So I was like, are you coming down? You got to come down. Come down now. Let's go. Come on. So we got them downstairs. She jumped on it as well. So by the end of it, we finished shooting little drinks cans off of a bucket. And we've got the burning barrel I mentioned the other day at the very bottom of the garden. Put some big chalk lines on it, and dude, we were shooting that from the kitchen door all the way to the bottom of the garden, and it was rattling. So I've got 3 snipers. If I convert my hearse into like a zombie mobile for like the apocalypse, I've got 2 good snipers each side and 1 for the back, and I'm just going to have I don't know, have a crossbow or something. I'll be the driver.
And with the roof bars, you can always tie one of them to the roof as well. Yeah,
I think they'll argue over who gets the roof. They get an old office chair, just a spinny office chair, just with a sniper rifle.
Nice. Yeah, I like that. That'd be good. Although we could do with one of them, we could cut a hole in the top of the Rigor van.
Oh,
Cut a hole in top of the in top of Rigor the Dragon.
like a crow's
And then have a
nest.
swivel turret. Yeah, we can definitely construct a swivel turret on the top of that thing. It'd be perfect.
Mate, imagine if the exhibit was still doing Pimp My Ride aPODcalypse. And you could go in and
ride.
yeah. Exhibit, can you just have a look at this van for me? And he's like, okay, I'll do it for you. I'll hook you up. Imagine this. So we put a 20-inch monitor in your wheel. We put a 17-inch monitor in your headlight. Listen, Money Mike, you don't need to put monitors everywhere, dude. Put guns everywhere. It's a zombie apocalypse. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, there was one they put a fucking ironing board in the back in the boot of the car. Like,
Yeah, a popcorn maker and a smoke machine. But you know, if you go on Google it, like where are they now, and read all the stories about Pimp My Ride, because I think some people weren't allowed to own their cars. There was big contract deals where you weren't allowed to sell it. There was other contract things where they took a load of stuff out. There was a load of issues where someone had something done, it electrocuted them or something. That was a lot. There was a lot for saying it went for however many series. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. How many series of Pimp My Ride was there?
I'm not exactly sure.
She doesn't know.
Again.
Fuck off, Siri. But then the UK did it. Can you remember the UK did Pimp My Ride with what's his name? Who's the DJ that did Pimp My Ride UK?
Oh, Tim Westwood won it.
Tim fucking Westwood.
so
Drop
bad.
it.
It was so
Yeah.
bad. He's like a 45-year-old white dude that thought he was from fucking Harlem, and just it was ridiculous. He was just so ridiculous.
He dressed like a PE teacher, didn't he?
He
Like the
was
hormone monster,
he was
the
a shell
old
suit.
one.
Yeah. He would have had the old hormone monster. He would have had Coach
Yeah.
Steve's hormone monster.
Yeah, or a hybrid of Coach Steve's Hormone Monster, fucking Zabulba, and Jar Jar Binks all being like, that what fucked him up so much. He still lives with his mum, I think.
That's why he thought he was so fucking cool, because he's got that thing following him around. His hormone monster. Hi, Tim Westwood.
Hey, Tim.
The man, Tim.
I think you should say that to everyone. You know, next time you go co-op and you buy yourself some eggs or whatever, read whatever their name badge is. Like, yeah, the man, Sue. Jesus. Have you watched all 3 series now together?
Yeah.
The third one's not as good, is it?
No, but that same thing happened with what's the one that Bill Burr's in as well?
It's a family.
Yeah.
I think when we binge watch, I think the difference now, you know, remember when we used to watch Red Dwarf and Bottom and Men Behaving Badly and shit like that? It was on a Tuesday or a Friday, and you would remember it or record it, and you'd be quoting it with your friends all day, all week for the next week till the next episode's on.
Yeah.
Whereas now, you sort of got 10 episodes that you just smash through, and you don't always watch them all. Sometimes you're just on your phone or whatever. Like, you know, if someone's texting you, then before you know it, you're on the next episode. You're like, oh fuck, have I missed something? I like having binge watch because we're watching Ozark at the minute, which is great. But it's just all there in one go, which is way better. In fact, just mentioning that, I've just remembered a question I was going to ask you. When was the last time? And this only came to me last night about 2:00 when I was working. When was the last time you went to the toilet without your phone?
I always put my phone down before I go toilet.
Wow. What about you?
You don't ask these questions.
See? Every time. Every time. 24 now. Phones have been out since 97. So what's that?
So
Fucking,
I was
yeah.
working
You born with a phone in hand. Toilet, please. Does anyone go to the toilet without their phone?
no.
No. It's the greatest thing.
No, I think it's different. I think it's different when you've got kids.
Or a bit of salvation.
You could literally sit here in silence and both playing on our phone for 5 hours, and no one's going to scream at us and ask us to do anything. That's the difference. You take your phone to the toilet to get 5 minutes, check your Instagram.
That's very true. That's very true.
I can spend 5 hours on eBay shopping for Lego.
That's just
No,
kind of selfish. Do me a favor then. Look for an outdoor pool table on eBay.
No bother. I know. I've already found one. In fact.
Good. Well, we'll go halves. But no, don't tell Wad. I'll put it on accounts. It's my office.
Yeah, we'll send it in with all the receipts that Mystery sends in from MedMen. Fucking come on, Mystery.
And Tinder.
Whoa! Where's Lady B?
Take Mike on it. You're going to be cackling like a witch. See? Tinder receipts.
Scruff of the neck. Under the bus. Under the bus.
Dad said, "Give me every single receipt."
And what was the receipt you gave him?
Like MedMen one.
Oh, right. Nothing to do with what Veronica's just said.
No, but this is the thing, Mystery. This is
Wait,
the
it
thing.
was the only one.
No, Tinder receipt got sent through as well. 100% Tinder receipt got sent through.
It's what been
Yeah, of course he has. Anything you do, I'll find out about. You can't hide this shit from me. Hang on, where is it? Where's the photo of the receipts?
Oh, he put it on his Instagram.
Yeah.
No, not that.
This is where Mystery gets his fucking identity stolen from. Like, here's his bank account details.
I mean, if I wanted, I could pull up his Tinder receipt as well. Because there we go. Here we go. Look at this. Look at the fucking James Mystery. Career pothead. Look at that. This is why he spends so much time in the US. Anytime he can get on a plane to America to cover an MMA event, he's gone. This is why, because he's wallpapering his downstairs toilet with fucking weed receipts.
Weed receipts and UFC memorabilia of like the media day.
Yeah. If he switched his camera on now, I bet he's got something behind him that says Masvidal on it.
I don't, to be fair.
It's like, have you got? It's just recycling that Fomex board, just making a killing. It's like that guy taking bikes from my house, isn't it?
He'll be able to build himself a shed out of them at some point.
It's a good idea. That'd be an exclusive shed, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
wow.
like the one that he left on the plane. Oh, that was a disappointing moment. When was that? Was that July last year,
That's
Mr.
when we all went.
Was, man.
It was International Fight Week.
Yeah. Who was Masvidal and Askren, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Let's go back and get it.
had an edible before we caught the flight.
Of course you
and,
did.
and then woke up.
Business
And,
expense edible was that?
no, it was my own.
Mate, the story about the edible is way better than that. Way better. Because we went to High Rollers and we were gifted quite a bit of shrubbery. So
Ridiculous.
we took it home and they were like, "Do you want more? Do you want more green?" And I was like, "Dude, I go home in like a day and a half. There's no way I can't take all of that and get through it." So we tried to get through as much as we could. So before we got on the plane, we had a very cheeky zoot. Chuck that away, and then when we all had one jelly edible, which Mystery looked at me and was like, "Do it." So I did. Slim was still looking for his and couldn't find it anywhere.
Mystery was like, "Do it."
Yeah, do it. So Mystery was like, "Oh shit." Slim didn't have it. He had none. And he was just sat there and he wasn't even mad, wasn't angry, didn't get pissed off at anyone, but you could tell he was fucking Devo. Because everyone else had one and he'd lost his. He'd been given it as an adult to be responsible for and he'd lost it. So the next minute, I'm sat on the plane and I'm fucking floating. I'm like, this is the best. I've got like 11 hours just to chill and mooch and everything's good. Turn around, Slim sat next to me like this. Really sad. Mystery, on the other hand, his brain's going overdrive. He's like, "I know, and I've got one in my bag somewhere. I've definitely got one. Let me find it. I've definitely got one. Owen, pass me my bag out of the locker." And I was like, "Dude, the plane's taxiing. Like, we can't move." And he's like, No, pass me my bag out of the locker before I fall asleep." So fucking next minute, a stewardess comes along the thing and she's like, excuse me, can you pass me my bag? Gets his bag, pulls his laptop out and finds his stashed away, squirreled away, one little tiny edible. Slim's face was like this. The hack you've ever seen, son. and then that was it. So this is the beginning of why we
Yeah.
lost the first
Yeah.
fucking thing.
Yeah. So by the time we landed in Heathrow, he'd completely forgotten we'd been to Vegas for a UFC event. Totally forgotten there was a phone board in the locker at the start of the front of the plane. And it wasn't until we got out and picked the luggage up and were on the way to the car that he realised that he'd left it. And then we spent the next couple of hours fucking waiting for someone that was just wandering around the airport looking fabulous, trying to find
That
out
cute.
who it was. And Mystery was getting so angry.
You got it back though, didn't you?
It was annoying because everybody else had to suffer.
Yeah, because it didn't even get
I
shared
could have
ownership.
handled it on my own, but
You could have handled it up your own, Mystery. You'd have been there twice as long, though.
yeah, I probably would have. You definitely sped it up, that's for sure.
You have to give them the 6 out of 10 sometimes. Not the 7 out of 10 where people start worrying whether they need to call the police.
Ever
6
since
out of 10,
then,
like, serious about your problem.
I've remembered every time.
There you go. That's it. If you learn from it, that's all right. That's good.
Exactly.
Oh man, dear me. So just going back onto UFC events, I know 249's off, and it's kind of a good thing, right? Because even if you look at it, not any other way than, let's say a week after the event, one of the fighters got poorly. That would be horrendous, right? Even if, like, let's say, I mean, you'd like to think most athletes, most fighters are pretty fit, but you don't know how this virus is going to affect you. So let's just say one of them got poorly but survived. That's still really super negative press, right? Or just not just press. I don't mean just press, but super negative. That's really bad for everyone.
Yeah, it is. I got the impression that everyone that was going to be going into the building was going to be tested before, though. That was the impression I was given.
Oh, okay.
I don't know whether I don't know how that would have worked logistically, but yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's disappointing that the card's off because we're all UFC fans, but at the same time, I totally get it. And there's enough shit in the back catalogue to be getting into.
Yeah.
I have been meaning to record some stuff, but I've been frightfully antisocial since the lockdown started, and now my Zoom recorder's broken. So
Ready? Which one? The 4 or the 2?
yeah, the old one that I've had for a while. The screen's frozen on it. So I don't know.
Have you done the hard reset with it?
All of it. Tried everything. I'm gonna try throwing it at the wall next, see if that helps.
that normally works.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's normally that's the cure for all. See if it fixes it.
So I mean, I just go, oh, fuck it, I'll just go and play with Lego again.
Yeah, I can't play.
That's the stuff I'm getting on with. And the Millennium Falcon's not built.
Yo,
I mean,
have you hung the picture yet?
hung the picture?
Yeah. Have you hung a picture yet? No. See.
Hung a picture? No.
Millennium Falcon and picture. That's it. That's the 2 things I got you to do.
I think we've built enough Lego though to know that we can hang a picture together. We're currently just clearing out the kitchen and organising the pantry and all the drawers and shit. It's amazing how much stuff is out of date.
The amount
Like out of date, like maybe a few days, like from 2016.
But what though? Like spices and stuff.
Sugar.
Sugar's fine. So
Tea bags go out of date.
no.
Yeah, but like sauces and coconut milk. What else was out of date? A lot of flours were out of date. He had sprinkles, which I don't know for what.
Sprinkles.
Yeah, sprinkles.
You know, sometimes when you're mad baked, only sprinkles will do.
That's it.
You need to sit and concentrate on something, and counting them little fuckers is the best way through it.
Divide them into colours. Like what's his name did on Wayne's World. You need 1,000 brown M&Ms. You wouldn't go on stage that night. So here we was, breaking into this little sweet shop on the edge of town. I managed to take out, do you remember it? Instead of having a guard dog, they had this bloody great big Bengal tiger. I managed to take out the tiger with a can of mace, but the shopkeeper and his son, that's a different story altogether. I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. That's one of my favourite lines in any movie ever.
That's got to be a clip.
I had to beat them to death with their own shoes. But sure enough, we got the M&Ms and Ozzy went on stage and played a great set. He's a fantastic actor.
I was organizing the 18 boxes of cookies, biscuits.
18. You'd hardly have to organise them. They're all exactly the fucking same. You just stack them up on top of one another. They don't eat anything either.
18 of them.
18 of them. But there's 40% less sugar. So, you know, we can eat 40%
according
more.
to like how much calories there is per 100 gram, I really doubt that.
Per biscuit, 44.
Per 100 gram is 438, which is pretty high.
What?
It's really high.
Yeah, but you know, if we go into full tilt lockdown,
Nobody eats one biscuit. If you open it, you're having all four.
Yeah.
more than 4 in there. There's only 4 biscuits in that.
No, 4. No, there's 5 per pack.
Oh, that's even worse.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Yes.
That's all right. That's good. That's not too bad.
That's about right.
Stacey treated me the other day. She went out and she bought me some roast beef and mustard Brannigan's.
Nice.
Like 3 packets off the bounce. Mate, this is it. When I've been deprived from something, and then someone's like, "Oh, here you go," I'm just like a Dyson, just fucking all of it, straight. Put it in my face, straight away. Just as much shit as I can eat. I told you about the Worcester sauce and crisps, didn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. Crisp, yeah.
So,
Honestly, it's changed my life.
well, you'd be jealous of the pancakes I had this morning and yesterday.
What were they?
Some kind of chocolate wonderfulness. What was it? Eggs, oats, protein
Eggs,
powder.
Yeah, protein powder, cacao powder, cinnamon. What else did it have?
Oh,
I think that's
layered bananas, layered.
Yeah, you have
honey.
to layer them with bananas because
Dude,
like the protein powder, if you have protein powder like pancakes, they're a little bit too dry. So if you put bananas, it makes up for it, and then it's amazing.
they're on my stories.
No.
Fucking delicious.
And they were a little bit burnt because I was dancing. But whatever.
Oh, do you want to see the boomerang that we made earlier?
No, like
It wasn't all downsides to 18 boxes of biscuits arriving because they were packed in like those foam Whatsits, the foam
Yeah, the peanuts.
peanuts, packing peanuts.
Don't put them up your nose.
No, throw them all over the kitchen.
That's giving me anxiety just looking at it.
She said, can I throw them all over the kitchen? Can I throw them all over the kitchen? I'm like, yeah, but then I'll have to pick them up. And she was like, okay, fair enough. If I record a boomerang, then I'll pick them up. That was the agreement, right? I'll record the boomerang and I'll pick them up, and you can do it. That's fair.
Yeah.
Then she's like, well, you can't post the boomerang. Well, what's the point in recording it?
Oh, yeah.
keep it.
Got a private collection.
No.
Keep it for myself. A 6-second boomerang of you throwing packing peanuts all over the place.
Yeah.
That's for the world.
Anxiety.
No.
You're competing with Paige Van Zandt now. She's naked doing selfies. All right. Last time, a minute ago, when you said, "I've got a boomerang to show you from our private collection," I was thinking, "Come on now, don't be following that."
I think we should record one of those scenes out at Austin Powers, you know, where he's walking around naked in the background.
Yeah,
Like you cover it with a coffee pot.
yeah. Just literally every last second. Go out playing a guitar,
Yeah.
dude.
I think it's time to watch Austin Powers again. Been a while.
You are Austin Powers for me.
No, I'm
Everything
not.
you say for me is like Austin Powers.
That kind of. I wish that could be a compliment, but
It's not a compliment, is it?
Has it? No.
It's not a compliment.
It's like I live with Austin Powers. It's awesome.
I'm going to lose my toast to diabetes. It's worth it. That's you.
Okay, Austin Powers.
So have you had any more flags off of Nana Barb this week? Like if you're now Austin Powers and you're now Roger.
She's still from Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
She's still got the Zimbabwe flag. But we've got the call tonight. As we were talking earlier about people in England not speaking like the Queen, it's hilarious watching the family call. So it's my sister and Sean, her boyfriend, my mum and dad, and the dogs making all kinds of noise, and then my nan and granddad and Io.
Yeah.
And then obviously us two. and it's just hilarious. There's this whole situation at the moment where they were going to jet wash a bunch of stuff, but my granddad has lost the end of the jet washer. Now, the thing is, I know my granddad.
I've got a spare one of them if you need.
No, don't tell him that, because he fucking knows where that nozzle is.
But he don't want to be jet washing, does he?
Jet washing. He doesn't want to be jet washing, because every other photo I've seen of him since the jet washing nozzle's been lost is him sitting in the garden in the sun with a bottle of beer, which I totally understand and appreciate.
Crack on.
So there's been this whole situation that's been going on for like 3 weeks now since they got back of this whole jet washer thing, and he's hid the jet washer, and he won't do any fucking work. But like, I'm now listening to it from Veronica's perspective and understanding that they are very, very difficult to understand when they're in full flow. And she's calling him a bloody bogger and all kinds of shit. and every now and then I'll get like a little nudge, and she's like, What's that? What's she saying? I have to keep translating stuff.
Most times,
slightly go off the camera, and I'll be on my phone like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But that's standard. There's most times you can get away with that. But you know, if someone said someone's died or something like that, yeah, oh yeah, oh right, and it's like, you rude bitch. But, yeah, mate, it's always tricky. I mean, I was quite fortunate because working on the phones, I used to work and I would take calls from all over the country. And when someone comes on and they're from Newcastle or they're from Scotland or Ireland, and they are like mad tits fuming, because bear in mind, I did their credit card. So if they've gone out and they were going to go and buy something, not only is it the fact that it's not worked bad enough. Someone at the door.
No, it's all right. We're all good.
Not only was it bad enough that their credit card was declined or didn't work, so they're already embarrassed, they would ring and in their own accent just be absolutely fucking tamping on the phone. You'd be like, you know, after like for years, you'd have to slow down and like close one eye and just push the headset into your ear, and you're like, what are you trying to tell me? And yeah, accents. So it's quite fortunate now. I can pick up most stuff. I'm all right. But
yeah, you're quite good at mimicking them as well. I remember one time he was calling one of our suppliers up in Scotland, and he called this woman up and was chatting for a full 20 minutes on the phone in this thick Scottish accent. And when he hung up the phone, I'm like, how do you know her? He's like, I don't know. I've never spoken to her before. But when she answered the phone, she had a Scottish accent, so Owen decided he was going to have one as well for the whole call.
Yeah. But I did that at work. I used to do that at work because the problem is someone would ring back. They'd never take your name. The rules were you'd answer the phone and say, hello, you're through to Owen. Can I take your full name, please? Perfect. And your postcode. And then you'd repeat their postcode back to them. Then you'd ask for the first line of the address, mother's maiden name, all this shit. That's security. 1000% no one ever remembered your name. Ever. Because basically they were thinking too much about how much of a dickhead you were because their cards declined because they've been at Stringfellas or wherever. So the amount of times, if you were feeling a bit cheeky, that you'd answer the phone as a Geordie. So then they'd ring back and say, I've just been talking to a Geordie fella and he called me a twat. And you're like, oh, there's no one here from Newcastle. And that's it. You get away with it. Because unless they could trace it down and track it down, if they couldn't find you, you'd never get sacked. So lucky enough for me, I knew people on Nerve Centre. There's a small bank of desks in the middle of the call centre, right, that were the QC. They were the people that overlooked everything, that basically made sure that we were sticking to every regulation and everything in the banking world. So you imagine the amount of shit we used to get up to. One of my friends had come down from the call center from this QC desk, and they'd be like, "They're monitoring you, mate." And I'd be like, "All right, no worries." So I get my insider information, so I could behave
when you were being watched.
Yeah. So I could behave. But I had that like insider knowledge. It was good.
See, that'd be no good for me because I can't do any accent. So they'd be calling back complaining that Jar Jar Binks or a hormone monster had just called him a twat.
Yeah.
That'll be it.
Way to go, Steve. Nah, there was fucking shit for days. One person was that bad. They were on the phone for an hour, kicking off at me. Bear in mind, they were in the wrong. They were completely in the wrong, right? So I had to put them on hold. I went outside, rang their mobile off of my mobile so they'd fuck off, and then went back to my normal phone and they went, 1 minute, my phone's ringing. I was like, see ya. I could get rid of them.
Nice.
The only way I could get rid of them.
Nice.
So yeah, so I don't think you can be charged for this sort of stuff anymore.
No, time's passed, I think.
Mate, it's banker, it's gone. It's been fucking sold. Go see Barclays or whoever the fuck bought it. It's no good for me. No
Well,
good.
I'm ready for one of these cookies and a cup of tea, so I reckon we should wrap this.
Yeah, no worries, man. Well, I'll try and get them bits and bobs out to you.
Yeah,
Shout out to
yeah, that's wicked. Beautiful. Nice one, chasing status.
Retreat.
Colors.
Yeah. Somebody surrendered. That was a great live show. Holy shit. I can't wait to see them again.
Well, we've missed him, haven't we? We've missed him because of fucking virus.
I'm not, because I've been still cranking it in the gym when I've been working out, so.
Oh, mate, we've been listening to it. And what's got me even more jealous was, are they Saul's dogs? The two big old...
Yeah.
Mate, I fucking... You know, I prefer dogs to people. But they put a picture on the other day, and you just want to scruffle them. Just want to... I get envy. I get pooch envy when I can see someone else's dog, but I can't get a good scruffle.
You've got 3, you greedy fuck. We've got no dogs in the house.
Mate,
We have no...
Go on, you can borrow Hennessy. To be fair, Ben had eat fitting.
With the TV, you think I'm a dog.
She complains I have the TV too low.
He puts it at like 3, and he thinks I'm gonna hear it.
Yeah, but when I'm in the gym training, I can hear what she's listening to in her headphones. Right?
Yeah. No, I have the TV.
I'm gonna hear the TV when he puts it at like 3, and I'm just like, I'm trying to listen.
That's why there was that comment the other day, because you both got a high volume when you talk. That's why that comment the other day on the video. Because like I feel like Veronica and Owen have been arguing for 30 minutes, and I've got no idea what about. I was like, yeah, I know. Sometimes we're having a conversation, and all of a sudden I have to go, wait, are we arguing? No, you're just angry generally. You're not angry at me.
Mate,
just fucking
I just talk like that.
You do. You're animated.
just passionate. I had to watch the podcast back again just a little bit to be thinking, have I fucking had an argument? I don't think it's an argument. I've definitely
Right? It's not an argument. That's just like you just get passionate about the subject, and you just have to speak that way.
I realized the other day it wasn't she was arguing with me, because she was arguing with a person on the TV show that we were watching, and like they were getting fucking everything. Like they were a piece of shit, this and that, stupid, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I was half asleep at the time, so I woke up to this rant going on. I'm like, what the hell's going on here?
Mate. Well, that's the worst thing for me is probably tonight is Call of Duty, because I start out and I'm stone cold sober. The first thing I do is meet up with Big Dave, and me and him sit and have a bit of a smoke, bit of a drink, just to chill, just to settle into the evening. That's about 9:30, 10 o'clock. And the thing is, I'm not saying I'm good at Call of Duty. I like it. I enjoy it. So when I'm getting into my flow, I'm all right. You know, when I'm getting a little bit more bamboos or a few more drinks, everyone comes out of the woodwork. And I'm like, every name that you could think of. Someone the other day called someone a fucking a wetsuit farmer in the game. You know, like when someone's just fully like, oh, you fucking idiot, oh, you bastard. This one was like, you fucking wetsuit farmer. I was like, where the fuck does that come from? But I understood their pain. I understood their frustration, because only something like that kind of game can make you feel that mad, can't it? You know, when it's just a respawn energy thing.
Yeah, that one with all the is it called Shipment?
Shipment, yeah.
3 meters by 3 meters that you boys always like to play. And I'll be sitting there on the sofa after we've recorded a podcast, and they'll pass me the controller, and literally every time I spawn, someone shoots me in the fucking face. Like, there's no point in playing this game. I'm literally alive for 15 seconds, and someone shot me in the face. The only way I can play it, and the thing is, I watch these play it, and they're like bloody like elite snipers with pistols. It's like watching Equilibrium, you know, the Christian Bale. It's ridiculous.
Wanted.
The only way that I can survive past 60 seconds in the game is if I get 2 shotguns, one in each fucking, one in each option, drop one gun, pick up a shotgun, and then literally just berserker. Just run around, pop back shotgun, boom, boom, because I can just sweep whole spaces.
He says there's the only way he can survive, but that is a legit plan, that basically you sat there and you're trying to help someone because you know they're trying and they're not really playing it, and then they sort of turn into like, It's like they switch on like aggro mode, and he goes from being like, "Oh, I'm not very good at this. Oh, I'm not really used to this." You're like, "Yeah, just press that," and then all of a sudden, his eyes just go black like a shark, and this shark comes out and he starts literally murking every fucker. And I was like, "How did you do that?" And he's like, "I don't know, but let's do it again." And he'd just be doing laps, just like, pow, 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 just fucking every time he goes round the corner, stop ping, 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 ping. Brilliant, fucking gold. But
just sprinting, just running in circles around the course.
But it's a baptism of fire. If you go on a normal level, it's like a hiking simulator because it's like you're walking along and you're sort of like, oh, I wonder where people are. Dead. You know, oh. So then before you know it, you get spawned again, start walking along again. It's like, where are you lot? Dead. Well, at least when everyone's in like a self-contained unit, if you spawn and you press shoot, you might kill someone, and that's all you want. Yeah. That's my way of looking at it, anyway.
It's a lot of fun. I mean, on Sniper Elite though, because I can really take my time with those levels. I can spend a couple hours playing one of those levels.
That's good 2-player. Have you played it 2-player where you basically?
I haven't. She's horrendously competitive, and I'm not very good, so it wouldn't take very long until she's shooting me in the back of the head, and I'm slowing us down.
Oh, we've done that before. That's a wicked trick. If you're ever playing a game like that with your mates, put it on the version where you can kill your own team. My mate does it all the time, and you don't even realise. You go into a game, and he'll just drop a grenade on the floor, and then all 6 of us are dead, and he's just sat giggling to himself. And you can tell it's at that point in the night when you think we should be playing Monopoly now. We shouldn't be playing this anymore. But hopefully we'll get Wad on tonight. Wadley's normal. Wad's brother was on last week. We had a bit of a game with Krispy Kreme, and Wadley should be on tonight, hopefully. So. Yeah, all the boys have got mate the names. We've got Ted Feckintastic, Old School Raver, 173 in the house. Then 174, you're 175, Wad and Big David and China.
I reckon when you're on Call of Duty tonight, I'll get logged in and I'll give Veronica the controller and see how she does.
Is she allowed the headset as well, or is that going to be a bit too?
I have to then video it because the cussing and swearing would be hilarious.
But like, if I don't, and you guys find like some creative stuff, you should write it down and like send it to me because I have like a notes thing of like creative things I hear.
What is a
for example, one thing that I have is something that Mystery said in Vegas, which is cum egg. And I think about it. Yeah.
A cum egg.
Yeah, so
cum egg. Yeah, this was a it's an undercooked egg. An egg that's still running.
Yeah, like a snotty egg.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think about it every time I'm making Dan like eggs because he likes his eggs like a little bit burnt.
I don't like them burnt. I like them cooked.
Yeah, so without the jizz. Dan's jizz.
So like all of these things are like important.
So Veronica keeps a list of these new words that she hears when she hears them.
Yeah.
And was cum egg the first one you added to the list?
Yeah. It's an important one.
I'm about to say, have you got time to tell us a couple of these before Dan dies of hunger?
Well, I've showed you the list on my phone of stupid things that people say on broadcasts. Stupid things fighters say.
Yes. Like the Dominic Cruz's one.
The what?
Dominic Cruz's one. What was he saying?
Abandonment all the time.
Eat a dick and a jizz kit.
A what?
You say it.
Who said that?
I don't know.
Eat a dick and a jizz kit?
Eat a dick and a jizz kit?
This one, Mystery said it as well.
It hurts and I'm knackered. I know what he's talking about. Oh, I remember that conversation.
It hurts till I'm knackered.
Like that fucking Tinder receipt.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Some of the stuff that one of my favorite things that's ever been said in MMA, and this could be a T-shirt for sure. This was Max Holloway. He will leave no turn unstoned.
Yes, Max.
Right.
It's a good one. Don't ever leave it. I tell you what, I've got a quiz. I got a little quiz. You know the animations that the guy makes on Instagram?
Yeah.
I can't remember his name. Is it Mohad? You know what I mean. I'll find his name in a second. Basically, he did one the other day where Dana was going around the country or going around the world picking fighters up. This was when the Justin Gaethje and Tony Ferguson fight was still on. And Dana's soundbite that he's using for the animation was, Tony Ferguson was never my friend. Conor McGregor was never my friend. Khabib Nurmagomedov was never my friend. Nurmagomedov, right? Can you tell me which was the legit conversation and who was Dana talking about when he stated such and such was never my friend? I'll text it you right now, and you'll remember it.
Have you been gardening this morning?
I was thinking
What is going on with your hands?
I didn't want
Mate, look, look,
They're fucking real dirty.
they're jacked. Look, I've been painting sheds.
He's jet washed everything in the fucking house apart from himself.
Honestly, man.
Yeah. They say you should wash your hands.
Oh yes, I do remember that. Yeah.
So put it in the comments if you can remember, because that as soon as he said it, I was like, he's never said that about Khabib. And then I heard it again. I was like, that is literally about my boy.
Yeah, I remember.
The guy who wrote it about is an absolute fucking legend. So I won't have a bad word said against him. I'll set mystery on you with his cum egg.
Right, tea time.
Right.
Good catching
One
up.
out for Chase and States. Go and buy this t-shirt to save at NHS. Retreat. All right. Buy it, fuckers.
Nice one. Catch you all later.
Yeah. Take care, guys. Be good. Be safe. Wash your hands.
And all that. You wash your hands.
You wash your hands.
You grubby cunt.
This is straight grime. This isn't like, and I don't mean Stormzy grime. I mean fucking.
Oh, like right here. Just clip them.
It's creosote. It's not like it's shit.
We don't know that. We don't know that.
Definitely not shit.
Right, I'm out.
Right. Take care, guys. Be good.
See you soon.